Hi, hello, happy Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom. Well, can't say that I got just a stupendous amount of stuff done this past week from the week before. Because two of Bubba's fans fell apart, I put them together. I took parts out of each, cleaned them up, put it back together as one working fan. So that little thing didn't take but part of a day, but it was a bit of an accomplishment. The other thing that was really hard though was I took this thing all apart, got it cleaned up and tuned up, the cross slide on here, so it works better than it has ever since it's been here. Not much more to say about that. Over here, I took this old power piston and turned it into a faceplate. Now I have the pulley all set up, indicated in and everything, so that I can go ahead and it is nice and indicated for me, especially due to the fact it's on that flexible black brass back portion there, that being brass like that and hollow. It flexes a lot, so that makes it harder. So basically that will be a faceplate pretty much for the rest of its existence. And right now it's got a specifically cut groove in it for that specific pulley to ensure that it stays dead center through all of the operations to it. And then it's clamped down with 4 screws and some large washers. I could have drilled more holes. I pilot drilled a bunch of holes right at each of these rings that I cut in at grooves, about 1/2 inch, but I didn't drill and tap them all the way through because, well, I just kind of didn't feel like doing that. I got the 4 in there I needed to do this job, and later on, if I need the others, I'll deal with them later. And if I never use it again, then I won't have wasted the time and effort to drill and tap holes that might never get used. Other than that, not a whole lot. I cleaned the shop just a teeny bit. Not a whole lot's been going on. I've been cleaning and refining this tallow over here for the soap making project. Kind of tried to level that a little bit using these aluminum blocks. This old tallow looks like ice cream or butter or something in the container over there. This is the tallow I've so far bulked out, preliminary cleaning, in a few pounds. I'm not sure, I haven't scaled it. And then, like I said, I still got some in this old pressure cooker here. And again, I haven't scaled any of this, so I do not know how much it is. I don't know, I'm going the wrong direction. I'm not going to mess with that. It's about 1/2 to 2/3 full, I suppose. And then again, that is what's in here. And it's slow in getting through its process. Probably shouldn't use this on here, but... And this stuff, I believe, is actually halfway to becoming soap already. Couldn't be totally sure of that, but it's I think it's been kind of quasi-processed by other things, including the aluminum in there. Usually you use sodium or potassium for making soaps, but aluminum itself will work too, even if it's not intentional. And again, the only reason the aluminum would be there is because it's an aluminum pot and it has corroded some. So, other than that, there's no real, haven't done anything more to this. Haven't done anything more with any of these projects out here. And so I did find the missing wiring harness for the track loader, thankfully. Yeah, I say it was missing. It wasn't missing, and I knew it wasn't missing. I just didn't find it at the time. But I have it, and that's what matters. So And that wiring harness will be, of course, critical to putting up the charging system for this thing, since it goes, this is it right here, sitting here hanging off of this, so that doesn't go away again. And that'll go from the voltage regulator to the alternator and out to the charging of the battery. Flower season is starting. Actually, some of these have been up for a month now. So this row is all popping up. You can see everything: lilies and daffodils and surprise lilies, daylilies and surprise lilies. More over here. Oh, that, yeah, looking pretty nice. I don't know if any of that's tulips. I think right there might be some tulips. One, probably be just one. But yeah, the daffodils are popping up a little at a time. So the spring flowering cycle is coming back through. Of course, the apple tree hasn't opened up yet. And there goes a hawk. Yeah, I think it saw me and decided to change directions. The peach tree hasn't opened up yet, but, or any of the plums. Over here, these daffodils got open a little sooner than the rest of them. I don't know if it's because of the water and warmth in the ground. There's some over there. There we go. So pretty much that's most of the flowers. All the irises are starting to pop their heads up. Their leaves anyway. I have yet to see any green on the black raspberries here. They should be opening up pretty soon though, I think. And then same with the blackberries up here. They should start to be opening up here in a little while. And again, over here I've got my little stands of hyacinths. They got little flower heads on them. Let me see if I'm all the way out. Anyhow, yeah, flower heads popping up on the hyacinths. And then more surprise lilies, more daffodils. More of the same. But yeah, hopefully we'll have a very floral season. These grape hyacinths that managed to regrow late in the fall stayed grown and unfrozen all winter long, which really amazes me. These things popped up sometime in September or October, maybe even November, popped up all of a sudden. And I thought the deer would eat them. They didn't, and they didn't freeze off either. So whether they'll flower this year, I don't know, but they are hyacinths. So it's coming along pretty close to their time to flower. Again, lots and lots and lots of irises around here to flower. The yuccas haven't put up a sprig yet for this year, but still haven't taken down the sprigs from last year. I never do. I just let them stand there until they fall over in the wind. Propagates the seed better when they have a chance to. Here's a squirrel. Up here, now again, I read that these things are perennial. I haven't checked this week to see if they've opened up or if they start up later in the year. The mountain bog gentians or gentians or however it's pronounced. I never am good with names like that until I've heard them like 5,000 times. Even then sometimes I get them wrong. Anyhow, so the stems are still here with the flower heads on them. from last fall. And I'm not about to mess with it, but it's rooted in here somewhere. Hopefully, oh look, I think I see greenery. Yes, excellent, very encouraging. That'll be good. All right, well that's good to know. So I'll keep an eye on them, and hopefully they'll become a permanent fixture around here and propagate and spread all over. Maybe this place will be just a massive abundance of them. Who knows? In the meantime, all the babies that we had last time are still here. Slightly larger, slightly noisier, slightly hungrier. So, yes, grattle. Yeah, the baby. And we got some good news that a gentleman was able to sell a bunch of his calves off, and so he had some extra hay. We were worried we were going to have problems, but it looks like we're okay now because of that. And so we've got 4 bales in there right now, 3 2/3 or something. That'll keep us, and hopefully till first cutting. If not, there's probably a little more hay around to be had. Other than that, say over here, little boys in their pen right now, still trying to find their way out. Yes, babies, what you doing? And then there's Mr. O'Malley over there on the other side with his new steel cable. That was part of the. There's Heinzel and Heinz. You know, gotta watch out about him. He'll bite your finger off. Yeah, and then of course there's Sugar. Yeah, Sugar. Yeah, Sugar. And Ginger and Samantha. Yeah, it's our babies. Yes. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, so it's just another beautiful spring day here. And we got some decent rain lately, and lots of fresh greenery down there, whatever kind of plant that is. There's a lot of it, and they eat it. It just grows really good and fast, so they don't eat it all up. And in this corner over here, now in the past this tried to sprout, and the previous buck we had, when I had him chained to a tire, he went through here dragging that tire and just tore this all up. So anything that had sprouted got ground to shreds. Now there's a lot of sprouting going on, and Mr. O'Malley hasn't ground it to shreds yet, so hopefully it'll get mature enough to thatch in before anybody tries to grind it to shreds. They'll keep eating the tops off of it, but that won't bother it as much as, well, you see where there's bare spots where they walk naturally, you know, but that's kind of the byproduct of just the fact that they are animals and they walk. You know, it's just a path. So, and then that's where they really trample the dirt, right around the feeding area. So, now as far as what's going on in the greenhouse, not a whole lot has actually changed in here really since I last videoed. All this is pretty much the same. Oddly enough, amazingly enough, that amaryllis has still got 3 good solid healthy leaves on it. So we must be doing something right. And in here, this mountain of loose spider plants, I just have to water them, and they seem to stay alive at the moment, but I need to eventually pot them all. And I still think my cactus is dead, but I watered it anyhow. Of course, this failed to come to anything. Oh well. And then all these, despite having freezer burn, I don't know if they're going to die or if not or not. Again, the grapefruits came through just fine. Minor damage. The pineapples came through with varying degrees of damage, but not enough to mess them up. This one right here seems to have weathered the storm just fine. And this one seems to be okay too. It was really strange. I don't know if it's just the turbulence of the airflows or what, but something made it where some things lived just fine and other things took a good hard hit. Like this is really bothersome because this thing had already been hit real bad with some dryness, and then it got hit with a frost while it was small. That thing's just about to sprout. Of course, it's being a mulberry, it's deciduous. It didn't get hurt by this one bit. So I got to go in here, and some of this is actually in the ground. Again, little clump of it here didn't freeze. All these were hanging off the edge, didn't freeze. Some of those over there in the corner didn't freeze. I need to get them in here though because they're not getting any water and they'll dry out. But I think they're rooted in there. I think they rooted to the concrete. In fact, that may be why they're not so droopy, is they may be already literally growing into the concrete slab. I've heard of plants doing that. It just, well, you think about it, the concrete slab is nothing but a big chunk of rock, and all dirt is just crumbly rock. So up here, I don't know if this cactus survived or not. Some of it still feels firm. It may make it. It'll need some trimming, but I think this one made it. Of course, this one was completely unaffected by the freeze. And then these up here, this one was unaffected. And these up here were unaffected. These aloe veras. The aloe vera down there got wiped out. So, and in here, everything in this area was completely warm enough to be well above freezing too. So this area was not hit by the freezing at all. Although it needs a lot of water. These will all be set out though here when it gets past freezing. All these plants in these pots will go outside where they can get plenty of sun and natural rain. So that's pretty much everything that has been going on. Again, nothing real earth-shattering. Thankfully, again, I got some stuff done on my track loader work. I got more to do. Grapevines haven't opened up yet. It's going to be probably 2 or 3 months before they open up. May or June, I don't know. They may open up before then, but you got to watch out because then they can get frostbitten. And I'm surprised they made any grapes last year because they did get some pretty good freezer burn, but they survived it. So we shall see what we shall see. Alright, well that's it for this week's report. We'll see you next time.